From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the News Blast for this hour. LGBTQ Nation is reporting that the Senate parliamentarian ruled over the weekend that large parts of Donald Trump's big, beautiful budget bill will be subject to the filibuster when senators convene to vote on the massive reconciliation legislation in the next few days, throwing several elements of the right-wing wish list, along with its July 4th deadline dictated by the president, into doubt. Reconciliation bill provisions must be ruled budget-related for passage with 51 votes instead of 60, according to the so-called Byrd Rule, named after the longtime West Virginia Democrat Senator Robert Byrd. Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough threw Senate negotiations into turmoil Saturday when she ruled that big portions of the mega MAGA tax and spending cut package didn't fall under Senate procedures prohibiting their filibuster. Among the bill's provisions that McDonough told Republicans to remove was a provision that would raise the bar on court challenges to Trump administration policy by requiring plaintiffs to first post bond before litigation begins. Critics have called that particular requirement an authoritarian power grab by Trump and his MAGA allies. Senate Republicans tried to write Donald Trump's contempt for the courts into law, gutting judicial enforcement, defying the Constitution, and bulldozing the very rule of law that forms our democracy, according to Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, the Democrat from New York, who issued that in a statement, according to The Hill. But Senate Democrats stopped them cold. We successfully fought for rule of law and struck out this reckless and downright un-American provision, he added. Courts have already ruled more than 190 times against the Trump administration since he took office in January. The bond requirement received little notice when it came to the House floor last month until Representative Mike Flood, the Republican from Nebraska, caused an uproar at a town hall meeting after its passage by the House when he admitted he didn't know the provision was in the legislation when he voted for it. Other provisions in the legislation now being reconciled in the Senate and reported by Axios include a repeal of Environmental Protection Agency rules limiting air pollution emissions of passenger vehicles, and another allowing project developers to bypass judicial environmental reviews if they pay a fee, a provision to pass food aid costs on to states by forcing them to share expenses for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, a GOP proposal to hollow out funding for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and a plan to slash pay for staff at the Federal Reserve, provisions assaulting federal regulations and civil service protections, and language to expand state and local officers' ability to carry out immigration enforcement, and limits on grant funding for, quote, sanctuary cities. There is no better way to define this big, beautiful betrayal of a bill than families lose and billionaires win, said Senate Budget Committee Ranking Member Jeff Merkley, the Democrat from Oregon, after the parliamentarian's ruling. Democrats are on the side of families and workers and are scrutinizing this bill piece by piece to ensure Republicans can't use the reconciliation process to force their anti-worker policies on the American people. The Byrd Rule is enshrined in law for a reason, and Democrats are making sure it is enforced, Senator Merkley said. The Senate parliamentarians' rulings are officially advisory, but rarely contradicted by Senate leadership. That's the News Blast for this hour. Download the Live 365 app to take us with you wherever you go. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.